right, so I couldn't think of a better title, and this was actually a live stream I set up for Saturday. Didn't do it Saturday. I was going to do it yesterday. Didn't do it yesterday. Well, here we are tonight. It's, as Jennifer Gala says, amazing Monday evening. It's Monday, December 22nd, 7:12 p.m. is the time. Temperature is 3 degrees Celsius right now. Right here at Keele and Parkside. Well, Keele to the north of Bloor, Parkside to the south. And that's Bloor Street West. I'm just standing at the corner of Hyde Park. I'm going to throw a glove onto my right hand here. And we'll get moving in a moment. I was just recording a Christmas decoration themed walk through a residential neighborhood. And this is where it brought me. I was procrastinating recording and live streaming all day, but here we are. Hey, Marie Palmer is here, Brad Palmer, Medano, Vivian Johnson, Marge, Marty, Angelica, and everyone else. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I'm not the only person right now doing this live right now, but I don't know if I'm going to get a chance tomorrow, and then it's the 24th after that, so it's now or never maybe, or at least not for a while. There I am. Good to see you folks. If you want to be notified when I go live, do make sure you hit the notification bell. There may be a drive live stream or two in the coming days. I'll be picking up a vehicle tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be through Rome Auto or Enterprise Rent-A-Car just yet, but I will have a vehicle, so that's good news. And I totally didn't just wander into the dark woods there and have a Blair Witch-like experience trying to relieve myself. Nope, that's not at all what happened right before this live stream. This is a little bit icy right here. You definitely got to be careful with your steps. I'm going to be walking east a little bit on Bloor. I'm not sure where exactly we're going or how long this will be. I just wanted to get out and do a bit of a live. Lisa DeYoung is here. Toronto Spots. I see Darren is here. Transit Mobility Scooter. It was nice speaking to you last night. I also spoke to Vivian, who got me I got this emergency vehicle. That's probably heading down to St. Joe's. But thank you, Vivian, for a number of lovely pens. I unfortunately didn't put one on me or have one with me. I'm going to hand them out to viewers as I run into them on live streams and recording. But thank you, Vivian. If you want to see what those are like, you can see them on the live stream I recorded last night over on the Johnny Stumbles channel. I just did a walk through the neighborhood just north of here. Over there's a few nicely decorated houses. It's not amazing or anything, but I'm contemplating putting that up as tomorrow's video. The Moonshot Tavern, in the spirit of things. They're very quiet streets tonight. I think a lot of people are wrapping gifts, already with family, already off work. I have bought jack shit for Christmas gifts this year. So I don't know exactly what my plan is, but hopefully I could rectify that tomorrow a little bit. In years past, I just ordered things off Amazon and sent them directly to people, but That's not the case. There's a super lit up house one street off of it, says Lisa. There's, from where I am, there's one up on Glen Lake that I went to check out because they always go all out at Halloween. There's an amazing house on 6 Somerset, which I've covered in a previous video. There's what they call the Griswold House up by Downsview Park. There's a number of streets in Malvern and Scarborough. I decided not to do Kringlewood this year, the street with all the giant inflatable Santas. I've done that every year. And it's a nice neighborhood, and there's always other decorations nearby that are nice, but 5 years in a row, 5 years of the same thing. Lisa says, off of Geary, you've seen it before. Oh yeah, that one. That's a bit of a hike from here. You have to go north up Dufferin. But since I'm not yet at Dufferin, if you drop the address on me, I could contemplate going up there to check it out. But how quiet is this? It is. I gotta put my chat into all mode, not top chat. It's 7:18 p.m. But it's got a comparable amount of foot traffic to if it were like 11 or even midnight. If we see any well-decorated houses that catch my eye on these side streets, we'll go check them out. Evening, Christos. Ashley Stewart says, online's the way to go. You're too introverted to be in stores this time of year. Understandable. I cut through the Winners just to get to the subway station, and the line up there was very long. Lisa says it's on Somerset. Yeah, 6 Somerset Avenue. I know the one you're talking about. I contemplated doing a walk from Casa Loma to that house tonight. That was one of the ones I was thinking of, because Casa Loma's all lit up. But ultimately, I decided to check out the neighborhood just north of here.
And then she would say, no, it's not.
It's kind of a mild night. Maybe what I should have done was taken my e-bike out and just strung together various stops at different houses, but oh well. Oh, there goes an eastbound train. So I can say Merry Christmas. The Wicket. Cabin Fever. Oh, they got some old school arcade machines there. It's like they're playing Street Fighter 2. Just got your Christmas turkey today. I'll be heading up on the 24th. Possible drive stream that day. Usually I hit a shopping mall, sometimes Square One, sometimes Sherway, and record a video there on my way up to family. If I don't have any damn gifts in time, I'm going to be doing that and doing some shopping. But perhaps I will drive stream it. Or at least from the mall up there. I don't really know. We'll figure it out. Soul Fuel. That's kind of creepy. Shevchenko. It's got an outline of a dude in the facade. Christos loves a good driving stream. Gertej loves a driving stream. Hey, if you play your cards right, I might do one coming back as well. Johnny, are you going to be live on Christmas Day too? I don't know. I'll be driving back on Christmas Day. I remember one year doing that. And I went to the distillery. We had a really good live stream. There were a ton of viewers. So yeah, maybe I should go live on Christmas Day. Johnny, good morning from the Gulf of Thailand, Clemlo says. You lucky you-know-what. Good morning to you. What's the name of the town you're at? I'm super jelly. Where was I? The Kosamet. A beautiful island on the Gulf of Thailand with my buddy. I remember doing a live stream from there. Yes, roll right through that stop sign. That car only stopped because I'm here. Hey look, it's the ugliest intersection in the city, featured in a video I posted yesterday. Coming up. That was a fun video to make, and I got a lot of good feedback on it. And the retention was good. Similar to that Toronto's controversial name changes, so I've got some more ideas. It's nice to mix it up from the standard walking videos. I've got some more ambitious ideas that would definitely benefit from having a car or better weather, so I can take my e-bike out everywhere. There's the Giraffe building. And the Crossways apartment complex. And just on my right, we'll look at it when I cross the street, is what I deem the ugliest building in the city. Whoa, someone spun out a little bit. 442 Hunter says, not always able to catch your live stream. Happy to catch me live. Well, whoop. I don't want to cross here because we got an ambulance trying to make its way through. Kudos to this girl on the other side of the intersection who also stayed put. You'd be amazed at how many people fail to do that. There's Bloor Dundas Square. What's so ugly about it? Well, there you go. Jack says Toronto's prettiest intersection of buildings. That's on the list. But man, that is gross, that building. It's 7:26 a.m. heading to Koh Samui in Thailand. I stayed in Koh Samui. fact, you can see a video of the hotel I stayed at. They called it a resort, but it was a hotel on the channel. There's a Canadian living there. His YouTube channel is Retired Working For You. He's got a couple of channels, I think. If you want to get a good look at Koh Samui, you can check out his channel. I stayed in like the most touristy, popular area, but if I had to go back, that's probably where I would stay again. An apartment complex does not have much in the way of positive things said about it online. Any more traveling plans since Gertej? I'm going to hopefully fire up the old travel credit card in January and book a trip or two. Ian Thompson McGuire's here. Proving cardio can be content. So we're heading underneath the West Toronto Rail Path, entering the Junction Triangle. My chat just dropped out. Let me get that back. What are you doing? Top messages. No, show all messages. There we go. But we're a little bit west tonight, heading east. What's the temperature? We're 3 or 4 degrees Celsius, I think. What's funny, the live stream I did on Friday, I went to Koreatown to meet 3 friends from high school for Korean barbecue. And as soon as I signed off, my iPhone shut off. I wasn't paying attention, but it ran out of battery at exactly the moment I got there. Returning to Canada this week with your husband, who's American. You're going to get him to listen to Gordon Lightfoot. Here's a solid dose of Canadiana. The Mocha Museum is just over there. These properties have been boarded up for quite a while. Thank you, Madlib Press. What kind of meat did I get for Korean barbecue? The boneless beef short rib and pork belly, pork shoulder. And I think we just got more beef short rib. Mix of beef and pork. All the side dishes. We got a kimchi chan pancake. One of my friends who was there is half Korean. He came and visited me when I lived in Korea. And my other friend came and visited me. They were supposed to visit me together. Oh, I can continue that in a moment. Real Clark, 75.40. $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you again. So my two friends were originally on the same flight to come visit me, but you might recall there was a sad story of a girl in like 2008 or 2009 who was walking on the street with her headphones on and stepped into traffic and was hit and unfortunately killed by a truck in the financial district. Well, that was the roommate of my friend's fiance. And she was pretty shaken up. And that happened right before he was supposed to come. So Air Canada were able to give him credit for a future flight. So obviously he canceled his flight. So it ended up just being my one friend coming to visit me. And then he came and visited me several months later. David Little with the super chat. Thank you, David Little. Cheers to you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Thoughts on the Junction Triangle? It's a neat neighborhood. I really like the area on DuPont, north of here. I think that's a super underrated stretch of town. It's probably the transit that gets knocked so much, or gets knocked so much. Gets knocked a lot, but speaking of very ugly, inappropriate buildings, who thought this was a good idea? We're on Bloor Street, major corridor, and you've got this fronting the sidewalk. I'm not so mad at the 2 stories above it, but the ground floor, that is yuck. This part of Bloor Street has been doomed to be a black hole because the city approved doing this on it. It's pretty much continuous retail all the way until you get to around Sherburne Station, and then it picks up again on the other side of the viaduct in the Plater Estates. But that is just a massive, massive fail to be building that on Dundas. Epic Nation HD for life. Liam. Cheers to you, Liam. Thank you for the super chat. Good Sir Transit mobile scooter. Darren with the $2. Liam and Darren, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Both have called in recently to the Johnny Stumbles channel. There's a guy in a gas-powered dirt bike taking advantage of the bicycle lane. That's kind of preposterous. Merry Christmas, Johnny. I don't know why I said happy. $27.99, Mary W, thank you. My goodness, that's generous. Thank you so much, Mary. Good to see you here. If you're wondering about the elephant in the room or in the city, yes, I'm aware Ken is live. I was not aware he was going live until I made my way out. I know there's usually 100 or 200 people that overlap between our streams, so we try to coordinate it, but sometimes we don't. And I hadn't gone live since Friday, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live tomorrow. So it was like a now or never thing for me. And I think it was just his planned night. So it is what it is. I appreciate those of you watching this one. No hard feelings if you're tuned into the Ken Meister. That's his new name from now on. Is this place not open? Lounge and Gentlemen's Club. I think it's one of those places you can never really tell if it's open or not. Johnny, come inside Club Paradise for a beer on you. Yeah, and how quickly would I get my ass kicked for having the camera running in that place? Also, we'll keep things a bit G-rated since it's a, you know, very festive time of year. We've made it to Lansdowne. So the streets are picking up with pedestrian traffic here. This is the intersection where I almost got hit by a car making a dangerous turn. And there was a collision in the intersection at the same time. Those guys are yelling at each other. A name like Gentlemen's Club sounds so extinguished. Is that the right word? It's sophisticated. Thank you, Deb. Good evening, Pine Soul. And big thanks to everyone for tuning in, including the mods, Madano, Marge, Vivian, who gave me some lovely pens decked out with Johnny Strides written on them. Each and every member of my family will be getting a pen with yours truly's name on it. Distinguished, yeah, not extinguished. That's me, hello. Hey, that was my old school response. Johnny Strides, that's me. Oh, I like what the local BIA did. Subtle but nice decorations on the street here. Uncle Sid's Deli. Been struggling to think what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. It almost seems like an order a pizza kind of night. Maybe I'll do that. Have I been to Japan? I went twice in the span of what, like 4 or 5 months on the channel? I've been about 10 times in total. There's a dive bar over there all filled up with people. Chowdhury Rock in both streams at Growers Retail. Can I go into House of Lancaster for a beer on you. Just mention your name. They seem like they would have better security than Club Paradise, so I would get beaten up extra good there for walking in there with my gimbal. But here's some news you can use. I've never been into House of Lancaster. With that, just letting those people walk by. But that is a bit of a lie. When I was 19, me and some friends made the drive to the one in Etobicoke. I think it was on the Queensway. That one has shut down. And it was a bizarre experience.
And they're playing a great song.
Poor girl just stepped out of the restaurant to have a smoke and she ended up on some idiot's live stream. That's the way it goes sometimes. Duffy's Tavern. Yeah, apparently we're going to be in for a white Christmas. We haven't had a whole lot of snow this year. There's still plenty of winter left. Winter is only a day old. But for someone who's going to get in a car and drive to Niagara and back and possibly do more driving, I welcome this green Christmas. I don't see any super inviting lit up houses that way. Lisa says that's what she gets for smoking. What about the person who is just walking out of a Timmy's? Hey, Bar Neon, it looks like they have an arcade machine at the back. Can we zoom in and get that close? No, I don't think that was an arcade machine. Bunna Aroma, where coffee's story begins. I find that very awkwardly worded. Where coffee's story begins? There's a place in Stacked Market, apparently, that sells, got this, vintage digital cameras. Not film cameras, which, you know, have nostalgic and sentimental appeal. Among other things, people still like to take them out and use them, but old digital cameras, like an old Nikon Coolpix or Canon PowerShot, I didn't think there was anything charming at all. Maybe like the actual electronics are kind of charming, but in terms of the pictures they take, woof.
I figured this was going to happen.
He was kind of.
Oh, that bar is packed. I've been there a number of times. We're gonna watch the new Avatar movie? I don't know. Lisa says vintage digital cameras are selling like hotcakes for stupid amounts of money. Is that a fad? I've got an old, I think a Nikon, however you say it, Coolpix. And I think I have the battery charger and batteries for it too. I'm too lazy to cross the street. We'll stay over here and walk through the construction hoarding. Is it worth my effort trying to sell that? Best camera you had was a cheap Fuji digital? I don't know, at some point, I think it was probably around the Galaxy S2. My phone severely outperformed My little point and shoot pocket digital camera. My Galaxy S1 didn't have a flash. It wasn't the greatest sensor, but the S2 was pretty great. Then I got the original Note very soon after that, which also had a great camera. That one took some of my favorite pictures ever that I've taken. Brad has one of the first Canon digital cameras. Junction has a 2000 Sony VHS. I know someone who's got like a Sony Beta player. I hear Toys R Us is closing sometime in January. Yeah, I did. I was going to go there on Sunday. But a certain other YouTuber just made a video from there. I was like, I normally don't pay much attention to what others do, but I wasn't too keen on going there and recording anyway, so it gave me an excuse to change it up. This is Dufferin Street. Francis says the renovation and development is coming along nicely. Well, hopefully it shapes up a little bit better than the redevelopment of Mirvish Village. All right, cop. Never mind the pedestrian clearly waiting to cross. Just do your thing and turn into the left lane, not the proper lane, and don't indicate. What a great example you're setting. Probably lives in like Aurelia or something and despises people that walk around and bike in Toronto. Chubby chicken burger combo, $9.99. It's actually a really good deal. Well, what's the daily special today? 3 tenders or 8 nuggets? That Comey Banh Mi restaurant is pretty legit. And if Jeanette Morales is here, Merry Christmas. I got you a library sighting. I knew this was just what you wanted. Ashley Stewart wants a really nice camera to improve your Northern Lights photos. You get some nice ones on your phone. Yeah, I imagine the small sensors on a phone, no matter how good the phone camera is, would be kind of limiting compared to what you could do with a SLR or a mirrorless with a nice lens. That's really the one thing holding back smartphones. Bloor Court Professional Center. Toronto Leafs versus Pittsburgh Penguins tomorrow at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. All right, the streets here are noticeably busier than where I started, near Kiel.
Anyone but Putin, right?
All right. I have no idea what that man said, but he had a big smile on his face. The spot on Somerset is off Geary, just west of Ossington. Yeah, it's up near DuPont, actually, or Davenport. It's a bit of a hike. My initial plan tonight was to, or one of them was to just do Casa Loma and then walk there. But I didn't think the walk between the two spots would be all that interesting, especially after sundown. So my half-assed attempt to cover all the Christmas decorations this year is pretty on brand for the city's effort as a whole. Happy holidays, love paradise. Yeah, Bradford is a first-class idiot. He has done a full 180. It's interesting seeing a mid-rise go up right here. I think given where we are, that's appropriate density. Are we near the legendary Janky's place? Not yet, we got a few more blocks. That was gross. I just got a whiff of, or a face full of cigarette smoke. I wish we could do it like Japan, where you can't just smoke wherever the hell you want. You have to go into this little ridiculous penalty box and do it. This is Dovercourt Road. Chris Mill's noticing a floofy dog. The movie you were invited to at the Paradise was sponsored by Tabasco. Heritage Mrs. Sheena Roberts in the chat. I hope all is well with her. Maybe I'll reach out and wish her a Merry Christmas. She said she would come back and say hi when the time comes. Greetings, Hannah. Too bad we don't get a white Christmas. I, for one, is someone who has to drive over Christmas and Glad. One year, I went to Avis Rent-A-Car and I had like just a economy car booked. And the guy was like, we only have this Dodge Charger. It's rear wheel drive and it doesn't have winter tires on it. And it snowed like crazy. And just getting that thing out of my parents' driveway was a whole ordeal after it snowed on Christmas, let alone driving it back.
Get the dog. We should probably get him home at the same time.
Once we were on the highway, it was okay, but I'd rather not have to deal with snow. I've always liked this store, Siberia Village. Comedy bar. I haven't been to this place in a while. One thing Japan needs is a trade union empire. I don't know enough about that. There's another comedy bar over on the East End. Your cousin has a Charger. You laugh watching him climb snowy hills. I don't know. I think it's criminal to be on a rear-wheel drive car and not have snow tires. In this climate, it's kind of like those people in India who have huskies as pets. It's like, that is not appropriate for that climate. That dog is miserable living there. It's kind of like a Dodge Charger in the winter here. I only say that because I saw a video about people in India raising huskies. And those dogs are just miserable in anything but really cold temperatures. Crystal says even with snow tires, he has zero traction. Enterprise charges extra for snow tires. They should probably just put them on all winter and then put like a automatic snow tire surcharge onto the price just for safety's sake. Remember when I lived in the St. Lawrence Market and I had my car, I just parked it all winter one year whenever it was snowy. There was no need to drive. And then shortly after that, oh, I don't know if we got their little greeting on camera. I tried to point the camera away. When I saw that they were gonna smooch, I'm like, I'm gonna look like a weirdo recording this. I don't know if we caught that. Ashley Stewart isn't surprised. Yeah, they should be mandatory. If anything, your insurance company should be requiring it. I know they offer discounts for it. Sorry. So there's busy sandwiches, donuts, and coffee. 100% plant-based, gluten-free. Oh, I didn't successfully avoid their clash of heads. Look at that place. Bar and lounge. That's new since I was last here. All right, we are nearing Christy Pits. Maybe I'll just stay on this side of the street. Greetings, Leo Chung. You see this mural? You're at Shaw Street. It's kind of fading a bit. I wonder if it's going to get a touch-up or do something completely new there. Alicia, how's your finger doing? Last time I saw you, it was still in a splint. There's the Christy Pits pub. Getting close to one of Toronto's best Indian restaurants over there, Banjara. It's been there for quite a while. I think that used to be like a coffee time and a 7-Eleven or something like that way back in the day. Leo! Thank you, Leo, for the super chat. Cheers to you. It's appreciated. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. Oh, there is Koreatown, where I ended my Friday night live stream straight ahead. So it's been a whole lot of Bloor Street on these streams lately. Greetings, Boom. I went through the comments on the video I posted this morning, earlier today. Normally I don't sift through the comments the first day of a video, but that thing got hundreds of comments. The YouTube studio assistant was like, engagement is excellent. Normally what takes 5 minutes to go through a video, this one took me like an hour and a half. I read all of them, and there's a boatload more to still go through. But no, this isn't turning into a walk and talk vlog channel. When there's an appropriate reason to do that kind of video. If I feel like it, I might do it. But there's not going to be 2 or 3 of those a week, don't worry.
No, that's crazy.
Lisa says so many comments. You're enjoying reading them, so thanks. I'm sure you've... Actually, I did see you reply to one of them at least. Yeah, please don't pull an AK. Well, in terms of I like doing that kind of video. It's different. But if it's not relative to the city or this channel, then if I make that kind of video, it's going to be on the Stumbles channel. So that way, at least it's topical and kind of fits in with the rest of this channel. But if I ever start doing topics that aren't really relevant to the city or what's going on here, then yeah, they're not going to be on this channel. They're going to be over on the Stumbles channel. So I'm not going to walk around doing my dating tips vlog or whatever. There's Baskin Robbins and Timmy's. Christos fractured your arm not long ago. Best not to get cast sometimes, healing naturally. Well, I hope you know what you're doing. And thank you, Gertej. I would at least make sure a medical professional okayed that. Matt says the video this morning was fine by you. I almost didn't make it. I was kind of like 50-50. I'm like, should I respond? I don't know. But I guess it was a slow news day. I didn't have any other ideas. And I found myself out near Broadview station, so I thought, what the hell? Let's give this a go. It wasn't like pre-planned or meditated or anything. So I was a little bit worried it would sound like a bit of a word salad. Oh, here's the cyber-themed Zui beer bar. Crystal says they did. You got strong bones. Mike T, am I too Canadian for Toronto? Yeah, I'm not exactly experiencing what AK is experiencing. Was I too Canadian for Korea? He's a smart guy. I watch his videos. I enjoy them. Is the iPhone so simple for streaming that you just put up with the lens flare from streetlights? Just wondering. Yeah, that's the downside of the iPhone. Those green orbs that dance around with small lenses. That is a common issue. But the phone is kind of a powerhouse in other ways. It lets me do so many things that I can't do with any other phone or camera. I don't think there's a way to go live natively with an Android phone in 4K 60 using SRTLA as the protocol. If there was, I'd be using an Android phone. But this phone basically replaces like 4 or 5 different pieces of equipment. And we've still got plenty of battery left. What city was my favorite to visit? I think that's a resounding Tokyo. Here's where I went to for Korean barbecue the other night, Dalgane. Mama Chef. Definitely a downside of the iPhone, the green orbs. Hopefully that gets dealt with at some point, because really the low light performance is otherwise excellent. But I would not use this for recording night videos outside of live streaming. Well, I find my Pocket 3 to be better at that anyways. That's been one of my complaints ever since I switched the streaming phone to an iPhone. There's Korean Village restaurants. And hey, we cracked 500 viewers. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, call me an idiot. It's all good. There's some nice residential streets, including this one. We'll take a peek and see if we can see any nicely decorated houses that could give us a little detour. Please don't let there be one very far away. Not really. Beautiful street. There's only one household on there with much Christmas spirit. Justin, how's everyone doing? Greetings, Justin. Someone said, oh, I thought someone said, please visit Italy and go to Rome. But instead, Lisa said, little pieces by Rome. My glance reading is getting pretty bad at this old age, eh? All right, so we walked by the redevelopment at Dufferin and Bloor. Here is the one at Bloor and Bathurst. People were really excited when this was announced, but now that it's here, oh, that's not very smart, running in front of a dump truck like that. fact, I'd say you're quite the idiot for doing that. But a lot of the initial impressions of this place aren't very good. Man, this guy is really covering the sidewalk with salt. Seems a little unnecessary. Pizzeria Fornis, that's new. Why is this building? Are we supposed to get like rain or snow tonight? They're just drenching the sidewalk with salt. Charlie the dog, if you remember him, he had cancer in his paws. Or he had a cancerous lump removed. And the vet said one of the big agitators and things that make it worse is walking on salted sidewalks. And whenever I walked him, he would noticeably, every once in a while, just kind of act like he stepped on something that hurt his foot. But he didn't like wearing booties. That's just one of those unfortunate things in winter you have to deal with if you're a dog owner. Some of them are sensitive to walking on salt. Lisa says that's actually a really good pizza place. Neat. Sorry for the duplication of this stretch of Bloor. I was going the other direction on my last live stream. But given we're over an hour in and I'm on a subway line, I'm not going to course correct or anything. We'll just stick to it. Still moving faster than line 6. Yeah, I'm gonna go up. There's a few spots along line 6 I want to record and make some videos. So I'm gonna go revisit that one, I think in January. And of course, once signal priority is up and running, so let's enjoy this very simple walk. Vegan sushi. What is vegan sushi? Is that just all like California rolls? Or is it like little pieces of soy masquerading as tuna and salmon? You had a 2-hour stop at YYZ on your way to the East Coast and decided to stay in Toronto for a couple of days. Instead, that dumb decision cost you $1,500 and you didn't see me doing any routes. Was I not here then? Lisa's guessing, or someone's guessing they use tofu and stuff too. Yeah, I remember vegan sushi. That's just like it's not even sushi at that point. Just make up a new name for it. What am I planning to do? A residential Christmas lights video? Well, the good news is I did one tonight. The bad news is that's the only one I've done tonight, or done this year. And you will be whelmed. There's some spectacularly well-decorated homes, but the rest of the neighborhood's not so much. So it's really hard to justify going all the way out to see some of these homes, because the rest of the video won't be much. So I settled on a neighborhood where I knew there would be some decently decorated homes here. And that's what I did tonight. I mean, I've done Kringlewood to death in years past, so I decided not to do Kringlewood. And I'm sure Cabbagetown would be nice, but I just did that for Halloween in a video and a live stream. So I thought I'd go to another neighborhood that I knew would be decent. And it was. Not sure if that'll be tomorrow's video or I'll save it for the morning of the 24th. Yeah, how about not riding that on the sidewalk? I've yet to try Blanco Cantina. I've heard it's actually pretty good, AI art aside. Trinity St. Paul's. Someone yelling over there. Admit I can do better. Well, I have a really good Mexican food in Vegas at a place called Chayo. But everything I had there was really good. Oh, that is a nice shot of the CN Tower. What are all those flashing lights doing up there? Some kind of traffic stop or something? I don't think it's anything serious. Traffic's not backed up or anything. I like it when a driver honks at someone for, not actively mowing down pedestrians crossing the street. Honk, honk. Just turn. Oh, they might be honking at this idiot. Now they turn on their signal. Yeah, I think that's just construction, maybe. It's yellow. Doesn't seem to be anyone fussing about it. Ooh, gotta keep my camera away from that guy. He's just running into the middle of the intersection. Alright, let's, that guy right there. He just ran after a car, yelling at the driver. Let's, let him get some distance. You never know, like holding a camera on a gimbal, someone like that, you might be a trigger point. Yeah, he's in public, but I don't think it's a very smart idea to stand there recording it. Anywho, anyways, I think this is gonna be it. I'm just starving to death. I'd love to walk a little longer tonight, but it's kind of a quiet night in the city. I don't know when or if I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Wednesday there will hopefully be a driving live stream, and maybe even Thursday as well, who knows. But I'm gonna try to get some content up on the channel over the Christmas break. I want to thank our mods, Patreon supporters, channel members, everyone who sent support on the stream, and just everyone who tuned in. If you want to support what I do, there's links to Patreon, YouTube channel membership, and all that good stuff down in the description. But Merry Christmas, if this is the last time we meet. Yeah, I am honestly like so hungry, I'm shaking. So we're gonna call an end and go get some food. But thank you, Jeanette. Oh, that dude on the walker was just talking to someone on the phone saying he was hit by a car a few weeks ago. Thank you, Trojan Elk Explorer, Lisa, Gertej, Brad, Medano, Jeanette, the Palmers. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I'm gonna sign off. I should have a video tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. EDT. No controversial videos for a while. We should be all good in that department, unless I, really do something stupid. Anyways, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you. Yoink. Let's make a bit of a slow news day.